Did you know in 1718, at the Baltic Sea, a Swedish sailor claimed to have sailed through a fog and emerged in the year 2042? The concept of time travel has captivated human imagination for centuries. From H.G. Wells' The Time Machine to the Back to the Future trilogy, stories of traveling through time have captured our attention and fueled our curiosity. But is time travel really possible? We cannot simply step into a machine and be transported to another point in time. However, there are a few theoretical ways that time travel might be possible. One possibility is that wormholes could exist. Wormholes are hypothetical tunnels through space-time that could connect two different points in the universe. If a wormhole was large enough and stable enough, it might be possible to travel through it and arrive at a different time than you left. The idea of wormholes was first proposed by Albert Einstein and Ludwig Silverstein in 1916, and later, in 1928, Nathan Rosen provided the first mathematical solutions describing wormholes. The concept of wormholes, as we understand it today, was introduced in 1928 by physicists Hermann Weyl and Oskar Klein. The term wormhole itself was coined by physicist John Wheeler in 1957. Another possibility is that time loops could exist. Time loops are closed time-like curves, CTCs, which are paths through space-time that loop back on themselves. If a CTC existed, it might be possible to travel along it and arrive back in the past. The idea of time loops was first proposed by Kurt Gödel in 1949. The possibility of time travel using CTCs has also been explored by physicist Stephen Hawking in his book A Brief History of Time, 1988. CTCs have been found in certain mathematical solutions to Einstein's field equations, but their physical existence remains highly debated. Even if CTCs do exist, there are a number of problems with using them for time travel. One problem is that CTCs may be very unstable and would collapse before we could use them. Another biggest problem with time travel is the grandfather paradox. The grandfather paradox is a paradox that arises from the possibility of traveling back in time and changing the past. For example, if you traveled back in time and killed your grandfather before he met your grandmother, you would never have been born. This paradox suggests that time travel is impossible, or that it is at least very dangerous. Another problem with time travel is the arrow of time. The arrow of time is the idea that time flows in one direction, from the past to the future. This idea is supported by the second law of thermodynamics, which states that entropy always increases. Entropy is a measure of disorder, and it is always increasing in the universe. This suggests that it is impossible to travel back in time because it would mean decreasing entropy. Despite these challenges, some physicists believe that time travel may be possible in the future. One possibility is that exotic matter could be used to create wormholes or time loops. Exotic matter is matter that has a negative mass or energy density. The mass of a single exotic matter particle could be as small as 10 carat minus 52 grams. This type of matter is not known to exist, but it is theoretically possible. If it does exist, it could be used to create wormholes or time loops that would allow for time travel. Another possibility is that warp drives could be used to travel faster than the speed of light. Warp drives are hypothetical devices that would create a bubble of warp spacetime around a spaceship. This bubble would allow the spaceship to travel faster than the speed of light without violating the laws of physics. Warp drive have speed of 600 million meters per second, and the travel time to a star 10 light years away is the amount of time it would take to travel to that star using a warp drive with a warp factor of 2. In 1718, at the Baltic Sea, a Swedish sailor claimed to have sailed through a fog and emerged in the year 2042. He said that he saw a city that was much larger and more advanced than any city he had ever seen before. The sailor's claim is based on a second-hand account, and there is no way to verify its accuracy. The Versailles time travel incident in 1901, a pivotal moment in the exploration of temporal anomalies, saw witnesses transported to 1789 during the French Revolution. On July 23, individuals reported a sudden shift in surroundings near the Palace of Versailles, describing a vivid experience of an alternate historical era. The incident has fueled the fascination with time travel. Despite skepticism, the consistency of testimonies underscores the mystery surrounding time slips. This event is just one among many, contributing to ongoing scientific inquiries into the feasibility of temporal manipulation. In 1941, Rudolf Fentz, a worker at the Philadelphia Naval Shipyard, claimed to have traveled back in time to the American Civil War while working on a battleship. He said that he saw a battle between Union and Confederate soldiers and that he was able to communicate with them. However, he did undergo a psychiatric evaluation and the psychiatrist found him to be sane and rational. In 1983, Janice Cameron, a housewife from Falkirk, Scotland, claimed to have traveled back in time to the year 1743 while driving through a tunnel. She said that she saw a battle between Scottish and English soldiers and that she was able to see the soldiers' faces clearly. Cameron provided some evidence to support her claim. She said that her car was covered in mud and dust after she emerged from the tunnel and that her watch had stopped working. She also said that she had never been to the area where she claimed to have seen the battle. The Montauk Project was a series of alleged secret government experiments conducted at Camp Hero or Montauk Air Force Station in Montauk, New York between 1943 and 1983. The project was purported to have involved time travel, teleportation, mind control, and contact with extraterrestrial life. The main proponent of the Montauk Project conspiracy theory is Preston Nichols, a writer who claims to have been a participant in the project. Nichols has written several books about the Montauk Project, including The Montauk Project, Experiments in Time Control, 1992, and Montauk Revisited, Adventures in Synchronicity, 1994. Nichols claims that the Montauk scientists were able to travel through time using a device called a time tunnel. He claims that they traveled to various points in the past and future, including the American Civil War, Nazi Germany, and the year 2012. Nichols claims that the Montauk scientists were also able to teleport objects and people from one place to another. Nichols also claims that the Montauk scientists developed a number of mind control techniques. He claims that they used these techniques to control the minds of the people who participated in the project. While time travel remains a theoretical concept, the exploration of wormholes and time loops continues to push the boundaries of our understanding of space-time and the nature of time itself. These concepts, though not yet proven to exist, challenge our perception of reality and open up a realm of possibilities for the future of science and technology.